You're just funny. It's funny, the way you tell the story and everything.
Funny how?
Come here, though. Yeah, he's crazy, see? Who are you?
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Are you ready?
Well, hello. Ladies and gents, what is going on? Tony Barado here. Thanks for tuning in to, yet again, another episode of the Barado Podcast. This episode in particular is about self-talk and all the benefits that it could bring to our lives. So many of us actually engage in self-talk without even realizing it. But did you know that it can have a profound impact on your thoughts, emotions, and actions? Yeah. In today's episode, we're going to dive into the science and psychology of self-talk, and more importantly, discover how it positively can impact our mindset, behavior, and overall well-being. So let's get started. Now, before we get too deep into today's episode, I do want to thank Athletic Green. So AG1, if you guys don't know, I am obsessed with. It's part of my daily routine, no different than brushing your teeth. I wake up every single morning before my coffee, and I have my AG1. Now, AG1 is packed full of vitamins and minerals that are not only crucial to really get the entire day going, but it's in one scoop. One scoop, you throw in some cold water, it comes with the shaker, you shake it up, and boom, you have everything you need. No need for those disgusting multivitamins anymore. You could just take one scoop of AG1 per day or more if you want. You can't OD off this stuff. So if you want to give it a shot risk-free, by using my link below, that's in the episode notes, you'll get 1 year supply of vitamin D3 and K2, which is great, especially considering most of the United States is vitamin D deficient. We realized that during the pandemic. But additionally, you'll get 5 free travel packs with your purchase just by using this link. Try AG1 today. Again, check out the episode notes for those details. Okay, so what is self-talk, right? That's the whole idea of this episode. So self-talk refers to the inner dialogue or the thoughts that we have in our minds that are directed towards ourselves. So it's the little guys and gals that are on our shoulders. That's self-talk. It's the way we communicate with ourselves, whether it's in our thoughts or spoken words. Self-talk can be positive, negative, or neutral, and it can happen consciously or unconsciously. It's like having a conversation with yourself, and it could greatly influence our emotions, beliefs, and behaviors. Now you might be thinking to yourself, how does self-talk actually impact our mindset and behavior? Or does it even impact it at all? Well, according to a lot of studies, self-talk can have a powerful impact on our mindset and behavior. Now, positive self-talk can actually help us build a mindset, boosting our self-esteem and increase our self-confidence. It can also motivate us, encourage us, and help us overcome challenges and setbacks. Now, on the other hand, negative self-talk can be detrimental to our mindset and behavior. It can lead to self-doubt, self-criticism, and negative emotions like anxiety and depression, which I'm sure a lot of us can relate to. It can also reinforce negative beliefs about ourselves and hinder our ability to achieve any goals that we might have. If you're not sure what positive and negative self-talk is, let's talk about a couple examples. So positive self-talk can actually include statements like, I can do this, I am capable, I am worthy of success, I am making progress. It focuses on more of the strengths and possibilities and, solutions that you might have. Versus negative self-talk, it can include statements like, I'm not good enough, I always mess up, I'm such a failure, I can't do this. It tends to be very self-critical, pessimistic, and it focuses on our limitations rather than our successes or our goals. So apparently there's several ways that we can actually harness positive self-talk. We're going to talk about a few things here. But first, it's important to become aware of our self-talk and pay attention to the messages we're actually giving ourselves. So this can actually help us identify any negative and unhelpful patterns of self-talk and replace them with more positive and empowering ones. So we can actually practice using positive affirmations and self-encouragement statements to reinforce a positive mindset. So for example, if we catch ourselves saying, I can't do this, you can actually replace it with, I am capable of overcoming challenges. So it's also important to challenge and reframe negative self-talk by asking ourselves if our thoughts are actually based on facts or if it's self-talk. So essentially, are we referring to facts when we're telling ourselves we can't do something, or is it just our negative self-talk trying to talk us out of it? I experience this a lot. If you do like contrast therapy, or even if you're working out, Sometimes when you're working out and you do 10 reps, you tell yourself, like, on that 10th rep, you're like, this is it. I'm done. I can't do anymore. But then you realize, let me try. And you get the 11th and then the 12th and then the 13th. So then you can easily push yourself. And then you realize 10 is not the end of that set, right? Your body was telling you, I'm done after 10, but you ended up pushing yourself to get to 12, 13, 14. So your body is capable then more than we give it credit for. But our bodies kind of have this like defense mechanism where it doesn't want to hurt us, obviously. So when we want to jump into cold ice, or if we want to hop into a hot shower, or if we only do 10 reps or 11 reps, it's trying to talk us out of doing certain things because it knows that if we push ourselves too much, it could damage us, it could hurt us. But it also doesn't know that hopping to a cold shower isn't going to kill you. It's the defense mechanism. So it's fear. It's talking you out of it. And that's negative self-talk. But when you see this happening, or when you hear yourself saying this to yourself, I can't do this. This isn't going to happen. It's not possible. Well, if you feel yourself saying that internally or externally, then you need to sit back and say, okay, is this a fact or is this negative self-talk? So for example, if you're on a cliff without a parachute, and you're looking down and your body's saying, I can't make that jump. I'm going to die. That's probably accurate. That's a fact. But if you're in the gym and your body's saying, you can't do 11 reps, most likely that's just negative self-talk. You can do it. It's not going to hurt you, right? And what's even more fascinating is self-talk can actually impact various aspects of a person's life, including mental health, self-esteem, and overall well-being. Positive self-talk can actually improve self-confidence, motivation, and while negative self-talk can contribute to self-doubt, anxiety, and depression, so it's important to identify those as you come across them. There's a lot of different strategies that individuals take, and through various studies that I'm sure you can look on your own, I'll reference a few in the episode notes. You can improve self-talk by identifying any challenging thoughts that you might have and reframing those negative thoughts into more positive and realistic perspectives, practicing self-compassion and self-acceptance. More importantly, you can use affirmations and positive statements to reinforce positive self-talk. Now, I can speak very positively about this in particular these last few months, and I'll kind of show a screenshot in this. Recently, I've actually written out every single morning I do this positive affirmation where it's all about money, and I'll screenshot it here. But I'm not going to share it with you because it's kind of my own thing. But I write it on the board every single morning, and I erase it the next day, and then I write it again. I erase it, and I write it again. And the positive affirmations, to me, when I write it down, is a little bit more concrete versus than saying it. Now, a lot of people wake up every single morning, and they say it first thing, and that's great too. So whatever works for you is very positive. But by putting that in your head first thing in the morning, saying you can accomplish something, saying you could do something, that positive affirmation, that goes a long way into, I don't want to say tricking your mindset, but it's putting your mind in a good situation. You know, there's a lot of positive things about religion. Me personally, I'm not very religious. Actually, I'm not religious at all. But one thing I think is important about religion is faith. And I don't know if faith and prayer, I don't know if that's quote unquote religious per se. In my eyes, how I look at those two things is very similar to affirmations, where I think when you're praying and you have faith in yourself and you have faith in humanity. You know, if you get a promotion at work, it's not because you prayed. It's because maybe you did pray, and every single night before bed, you said, I want a promotion. Please, Lord, give me a promotion. But you got the promotion. Not because you didn't work your ass off and the good Lord gave it to you on a silver platter. It's because you worked your ass off, and that's why you got it. But you set a goal in your mind to get that promotion. That's why you got it. So while I think there's some great benefits to religion, the one negative that I see, well, there's a lot of negatives, but the negative that I take away from it is you're putting your faith into one person or into one belief system. And it kind of takes away from, your actions and what you do. It's not rewarding yourself as much as it is you're rewarding someone you haven't even met yet. So to me, the one thing I would say is affirmations, positive self-talk. That's extremely important to do. And whether you want to think of that as prayer or faith, feel free. But if you could talk to yourself, your mind is a lot more important than you think. Your mind is a lot more powerful than you think. And sometimes it doesn't know what to do. And it might actually go right to the negative without you knowing it, because it's planning on worst case scenario. So you have to constantly battle your mind. And that's okay. That's okay. Because eventually once you battle it, if you win enough, it'll just give up. And then you'll be a very happy and positive person. That's the goal anyway. We're always going to have negatives. There's always going to be things in our life that are going to be challenging. But if you can constantly fight this battle through self-talk, through positive self-talk, it's important to note that self-talk it's a learned behavior. So it's not something that, you say something tomorrow and next thing you know, everything goes right in your life. That's not how it works. It can be changed through practice and creating awareness and just understanding it and surrendering to it. But if you're dealing with something a little bit more aggressive and you're having a lot of negative self-talk and you can't control it, seeking support from a mental health professional can be very beneficial as well. So I am not that person. You should go talk to a doctor. But when it comes to positive self-talk, all the research that I've done and what I've practiced, it's important that you wake up every single morning and you have some type of mantra, some type of positive self-talk to get you in the right mindset. Because today, tomorrow, the next day, it's going to be tough. Life is going to kick you in the ass. So the stronger you are mentally and physically, of course, but the stronger you are mentally, the stronger you can handle what is to come. Because it's going to be tough out there. But that's why you got to train your body and your mind to be stronger. I hope this was beneficial to you. And if you haven't already, give me a subscribe so you can hear more episodes like this. And of course, tell a friend if you got value out of this. I appreciate it. Everything I mentioned in the beginning from our sponsors and AG1, all that is down in the episode notes. Take a look at that. You're going to get some big discounts and some free stuff if you click those links. Then, of course, those affiliate links help support the show as well. So appreciate you guys. Again, stay healthy. We will see you next week. Peace. Oh, hey there. First of all, thanks for making it to the end of this video. Not a lot of people do, according to the YouTube analytics, but I do want to say thanks for listening to this. There's some more episodes if you want to check those out, and they're all just as good. But if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out those timestamps below to reference some of the topics I talked about, as well as some discount links to some of our sponsors and affiliates. But thanks for listening to this episode, and we'll see you next time.